go! Game time!
We all have jobs. We all have families, and I'm actually a mom of 2.
Come on, baby! Feel good! Feel good! That's how you hit!
The more as little girls are told that they can't do something, it sort of breaks them down a little bit. Well, this is just one more thing that they won't have to hear. No, girls don't do that.
We are out here for all of the women who will never have an opportunity to do this.
You know, that we are pioneers, you know, and maybe helping out some folks down the road.
I actually never dreamed there would be something like this. So just think of it as the NFL, but for women.
From my standpoint, it's fulfilling a dream, taking a stand for something that's not within our typical culture, beating the odds, doing something people say we can never do.
And there are just so many women out there that want to play tackle football.
Overall, especially in the workplace, oh, they just can't believe it.
What are you doing?
What are you thinking?
Come on, Nancy!
Why are you playing football?
I talk to older men all the time who just can't believe that, you know, we get to play football and they don't. And that's when I realize how special this is.
Wow, girls who are, 5, 6, 7, if they're coming out to watch these games, they can start dreaming and say, man, I really want to play.
You know, we're physically capable of playing something this intense.
I love that hitting part. Love the hitting part.
Baby!
I have to constantly remind myself that this is a grassroots organization. We're building something that nobody's even attempted before, and we're building it from dirt, and you gotta get in the mud sometimes.
It is fun in the mud.
I think in society's view, well-behaved women don't play football, but so I think that this shirt sums it up pretty well. We're gonna be who we are and play if we want to play, and hopefully create a path for young women who are wanting to play football, so that they can do that in the future.
In your face.
Well, honestly, I was not happy with the name. I'm like, who is going to take a girls' tackle football team seriously by the name of the Washington, D.C. Divas? But then I figured, just like clothes, I make my clothes, then we can make the name, and I think that we have.
This was the best kept secret from us. I think they didn't want us to know because, we're smarter than guys. Guys already know that. And if we really get to learn how to stick together and form this unit, then we really don't need y'all for much of anything.
First couple of years, we had to struggle, I think, for everything. We were working out in parking lots, getting kicked out of parking lots, working out with headlights on because there were no lights.
For those of us that were there in the beginning, our practice field was the backyard of an apartment building, no lights, some concrete. So just remember that. Gunfire, we've been through gunfire.
Okay. Gunshots. That means practice on.
We got how many cops we got on the team? I know. You should know, Alice. Was that a gunshot? Yeah. Okay.
Coach had a basic offense, a basic defense. And then as we went on, he added an offense, he added a defense. We learned how to tackle. We became more aggressive.
That ball comes back, you take her head off.
You know, we weren't tentative at all. People were getting hurt, people were sore, but so what? You know, we loved it. Blood, sweat, and tears.
And there was a little confusion about the rules. Yeah, there were times where we forgot about kicks being live or punts being dead and stuff like that. Most of us had watched NFL football but not really played with the rules. It's a whole lot of a different thing to actually have to follow the rules.
How can girls be on a football team?
There is no class that could prepare you on not only on owning a team, but we're also building something brand new. Women playing full contact football. So many people just still can't believe that that's happening. Players have come up to me and thanked me for giving them the opportunity for living out a dream. And so yes, that's what it's all about.
I wish there were a book to follow of directions. You know, do A, B, and C, and you'll get this, and then you'll know you're doing the right thing. Not having that guide, you don't know if you're making all the right decisions. You know, you make mistakes. Hopefully, you learn from them.
The amount of jobs varied from game to game, and and they always started off very early in the morning. We had one headset for the quarterback. And we had two quarterbacks. You know, at some point, whenever they were changing quarterbacks, it was a matter of getting the headset off of one quarterback onto the other quarterback. But after a while, you found that there were only so many hours in the day. During the season, I was carrying two cell phones. I had two headsets on my cell phone, so as I was driving, I could answer one and answer the other and still keep my hands on the wheel.
Right, you get a little different, right?
Need snorkels. I mean, when we first started, 1 minute, ladies, let's go. A coworker approached me about helping them run some tryouts. At that point, I had no intention on coaching a team, or I wasn't even really in coaching that much at all.
Come on, 1 minute. 1 second.
And from the moment that I saw the caliber of athletes we were going to be able to deal with, I was hooked immediately.
No more spinning takedown. It's not rugby.
Forward thinkers.
I get through.
They've started from scratch.
I throw my arms through and I run through the tackle. Everybody understand it?
Yes, sir. They've come in and they've said, we see athletes. Yes, they're women, but we see athletes, this sport. And they don't treat us like women, they treat us like athletes.
We wanted to teach first and coach second. We felt like we were dealing with a group of people who had the athleticism.
Way to go, Hill! Way to go, Hill! Way to go! Way to go!
And who were dedicated athletically. They just didn't know the stuff academically.
But what is our role? What is our play?
We're back in the game.
It's confusing because I got to watch for the tight end on the other side of 64, but then I still got to make sure they don't have trips on one side, so I have to call Ace.
It's going to take a little while, but you'll get it.
Go 29, Ace 900 rocket on 1, Ace 900 rocket on 1. Ready?
Go!
They taught us a game in such a short amount of time. But they had to do it in a way that we could get it and that we could be effective.
When Felmy hit you on top of the head, every time you put your head down in the last second, don't spear. Use your face mask. Use your face mask so you can see.
You know, they just want to play, they want to learn, they're just sponges, and they're going to soak up whatever you give them as a staff.
And I have a great deal of respect for that. And Coach Cooper is the quintessential coach because he's the head.
This is where champions turn their game on. And this is where chumps split and go home.
And he establishes how the other coaches are going to treat us. They don't baby us.
Drive. God damn it, drive. You got to keep your ass and drive, okay?
You know, they don't allow us to whine.
Now you got your breath? Are you ready?
Yes, coach.
Are you ready?
Yes, coach.
Show me that you're ready.
They don't care about if your helmet doesn't fit right because of your hair. Could care less that my shoulder pads aren't covering my right boob right now.
Got a brick house here. Don't fix your boobs. Good job. You guys, that's right. Good titty fighting like you did with 95.
I'm going to be frank here because women go through PMS.
She has a clear shot and she do shit.
Okay, she's up.
Next time I talk to my coach, can we have privacy?
Yes, ma'am.
And women have crazy personalities.
and women don't see things always in a logical way.
It's a time of the month when things aren't as as cohesive as you'd like.
There's something with your pants.
What?
There's something with your pants.
What?
There's something with your pants.
My pants? Where?
Look at the crotch.
Am I bleeding?
I don't know. Maybe.
We've used that excuse every now and then because we don't want to run. I think being men, having to deal with all these women, you know, they certainly have had to their share of awkward moments.
Take it as an opportunity. Let's go balls to the wall. We're not balls to the wall.
God damn, what the hell are you doing?
One of the coaches, Jerome Davis,
Outside! Don't play with her!
Black, we call him Black.
Y'all see a big ass running the ball? Hit her ass low!
How he yells at us is how you would see another coach yell at the guys.
Damn, all you gotta do is stick your damn helmet in her!
Bleep, 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 bleep.
I guarantee you, somebody gonna get pissed on tonight.
But the difference is after he yells at you, he'll turn around and say, you know I care about you.
All right, but this young lady right here.
But, you know, for a guy, you know, you just gotta yell at him and leave it at that. You know, that's all he needs. But I guess the woman needs, you know, I care about you. That's why I'm yelling.
Y'all playing so, this is not Diva ball.
Bottom line, this is the way the game is played. And, you know, if you can't do it with yelling and a little bit of fussing, you don't need to be out here on our field.
Nobody's tackling. Where the hell is your head at? That was a damn shit swing.
So we love him and he loves us, really, truly.
That was a game that we felt we should win. We had a lot of emotion going into it. Something that you don't usually see the Divas do. Normally we're very composed. We always keep our heads on straight. And whenever you get penalties and you have unsportsmanlike things, coaches just get upset.
Hey, guys, we are not innocent, okay? Listen what he has to say. Don't be laughing, don't be joking. And get off the field, we'll have fun at the bar, okay?
Yes.
Because he's pissed, you know he's pissed.
Well, Coop is very slow to anger. He doesn't get angry about stuff, but when he does, you damn well know it.
And then what? You gonna get a 15-yard penalty and mess up our field position and we can't score? You're thinking about yourself. Now I gotta sit 3 people down next week. They can't play. Those colors you're wearing mean more than W. It stands for something. You guys are gonna learn that tonight. Everybody on the line.
They punish us by making us run sprints at the end of the game. We just felt bad that we let our coach down, that we let our organization down. We expect to play with a certain amount of pride, and when we don't do that, you know, it wasn't even about how angry the coach was at us. It was how we felt ourselves for what we had done and just how we feel about the game, that we want to respect the game.
I will not be embarrassed on this field. Again, don't do it to yourself.
Depressed that I'm leaving, and I won't be here when they win the championship next year. And I dropped my entire life to coach this. And I'm glad I did. And there's nothing else that I miss by doing this. You couldn't ask for a better group. There's no way you could ask for a better group of people.
You better not coach any other team either.
And when I want to coach anybody else.
You're a true gentleman, Bob.
We came together all year to do everything we needed to do. You just couldn't, you just really can't put into words. It's the best thing you can imagine.
It's been really cool because he was 6 months old when I started, and I remember I was bringing him to practices, and I thought, oh my God, the coaches are never going to let me do this, and they did, and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. So I was really fortunate to have a supporting group of coaches and players that allowed me to do that.
Hey, Trevor. They have 3 yards to go to get a first down, and the ball's on the 47. It's the 4th quarter.
It's important to spend time with your children. So we want them to come out and be a part of us.
All the mistakes that we tried to coach and fix throughout the year, they all caught up with us.
We all watch each other's kids.
Okay, you're going to stay with Kathy, okay?
And basically, you have, 65 mothers and 10 fathers on the football field, so I never have to worry about him. I know, when you've come to our football practices, and we can be on one field, and I know my son is probably off at another field doing whatever, but I know somebody has their eye on him.
The other thing about that is we can't act like idiots in front of the kids. You know, we have to behave. So that's another way that reminds us that, look, you know, we have kids who are looking up to us. That, again, that word role model comes up.
Bye, guys.
I want him to learn the game because I want him to play it and I want him to enjoy it just as much as I enjoy it. But basically, I want him to know that that sports in general is for everyone.
This is a kid that will grow up to be a man that doesn't have any idea that women can't do anything. I mean, he knows that women can do whatever they want. So he doesn't have a preconceived notion. So I think Trevor's an extremely well-adjusted kid, and I think he's going to make a great man one day. And I'm very proud of him.
My name is Kirk Giles. I'm a captain in the U.S. Army. My wife's name is Anna Giles. I'm here to support her and the team. I'm a nurse. I'm an Army nurse. Work over at Walter Reed, and she asked if I could come and help tape up legs and you know, be a little medical support for the team. Last year, I was deployed, and while I was gone, my wife was looking for something to do and something to take out some aggression and some frustration and stuff. Heard about the Divas, tried out for the team, made the team. The team ended up becoming like a second family to her. And they watched the kids for her when she needed to do something. They were there for her when she had low moments, you know, when I was gone. And it was, the team really rallied around her. And what was really funny is that the emails that she was sending went from, oh, I miss you, Kirk, this really stinks, oh, I can't believe you're gone, a year's going to be so long, and yeah, I know, I don't want to read about that, you know, I am already over there. And about a month, maybe 2 months into the season last year, the emails started turning into just daily football blogs. Oh, on O-line today, Coach Smart did this, and man, I was all fired up, and I started hitting people, and I did this, and it'd be a 2-page email, all about football. And then at the very last line, they said, I'm doing fine, the kids are good, see ya. Like I said, they rallied around her, got her going, and yeah, we were really fortunate that she found the Divas.
Happy birthday. Thanks, honey. Thanks.
I feel very fortunate. You know, I'm married 10 years. Jamie's always been a big support for me and my athletics.
And she got the shot to play tackle, and she's like, well, do you think I should? And I said, can you bleep this? Hell yeah.
When he wanted to become a part of this, he asked me first. He said, how do you feel? And I said, I think it's a great idea. You have a lot to offer. You respect women. You have a love of the game.
Okay, but we were too close. Okay.
Our daughter is number 40, Amy Stenson, and she is the running back, thank you, of the DC Divas, and we came out for her first home game.
What does it mean to you to have them present for, you know, an event like this?
It's just awesome. It's just awesome. It makes it that much more special just to know that they're out here supporting me, and my brother's here as well.
I have a really supportive boyfriend, and if my kids and he didn't let me do this, I wouldn't be able to do it.
I am the boyfriend. We'll go through the film that I take and we'll look at it, and if she thinks she should have caught it, she's going to be really upset.
And if she says, Carl, do you think I should have caught it, what would you have said?
I'd say, that's putting me on the spot. I'd say, yes, she should have caught it, yes. I would definitely say, yes, she should have caught it.
I'm older, but I feel like I'm opening doors for people. You know, my daughter.
What you're looking for is Hargrove up here in the corner.
This is opening maybe another door for her, you know, down in the future where I can watch her do something like this. She broke my heart the other day. This is so time consuming. We're practicing 3 days a week, all day Saturday. We're traveling, you know, and I looked at her and I said, I can only stay for half your game, and then I gotta go. And she looked at me, she goes, that's okay, Mom, you're a professional football player.
It doesn't hurt. I can honestly say getting hit doesn't hurt.
Can you feel that? Yeah, I can feel it.
There are certain shots that might twist your back or your head hits the ground a little too hard, but You know, you take a shot, you pop right back up, and you go do it again.
Tell you what, I think we have to be tougher in a sense too, because people expect us to just to be boo-hooing about stuff. So if we go out there and we got a little thing, but we had so many tears and sprains.
You have serious stuff that people get.
And they're still playing, and a lot of people are still playing with this stuff.
Instead of having that, I've got the 4.
Yeah,
2,
you had
3, 4.
Well, that's because you had arthroscopic.
Right.
This is the reason why the cut is because they take the patella tendon here and they replace it and put it behind.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's typical, only on the sidelines. Never get hurt on the field. I'm a kicker that never gets hurt kicking, but I get hurt at everything else.
Maybe it's a little bit of stupidity or craziness, some folks might say, because we don't have the high dollars associated with our name and we're able to, believe that we're going to have the surgery afterwards and come back okay. We're willing to put it all on the line because we love this game so much and we want it to continue.
Tell me the story. Your sister, what happened?
She's a diabetic. Kidneys were failing. So they started asking family members about a kidney donation. I volunteered.
Don't you ever worry about getting hit there and maybe losing that kidney for some reason?
No. I keep it fully padded. Glad to be here. And it took me a while to convince the coaches that I was okay. But once I got out and started hitting them, and them hitting me, they realized, oh, okay, she's okay. That's old Mo bag, so.
Brought down by number 40, Moses Timmons.
Well, the worst injury I've ever seen in my life in any sport was Monica's injury with her foot getting turned upside down.
From the DC Divas women's tackle football, Monica Livingston.
This happened, this very serious accident happened during DC Diva Cincinnati Sizzle home game. It was June 11th, approximately 6:11 p.m. I see a lot of my teammates here, and I think I haven't had the opportunity to tell them this is nobody's fault. Okay? Let me describe the play. We're in I formation. It's nobody's fault. It's nobody's fault. I get out there. I make my bucket step. I cut out to the, I'm out there. All I see is green. I'm thinking, woo, touchdown here. Second time I touch the ball, here we go. 7, nice. I get around there. Okay, my hands are extended, perfect. Okay. Pinkies together. You know about this. Keep the pinkies together. I'm waiting for the delivery of the ball. Quarterback throws the ball. Now the quarterback's my best friend. I want to tell y'all that before y'all start talking. Okay, this is nobody's fault. In life, you make adjustments. In football, is no different. Okay, so I adjusted to catch the ball. Well, I caught the ball. Good pass, Allison. I caught the ball. Okay, and now I'm running. I make a cut.